TV channels, one for reaching out for comment, and they said that they had some very bad news about somebody close to me. Brandy walked into the lunchroom and said Darrell's passed away, and then after that, the phone was ringing off the hook, going back and forth.
What really happened to Storage Wars star Darrell Sheets isn't just shocking, it's deeply heartbreaking. Known as the fearless gambler who took bold risks and lit up every episode, Darrell seemed larger than life. But behind that confidence was a story few truly saw. In his final years, quiet struggles, troubling claims, and unanswered questions began to surface, painting a very different picture from the man fans thought they knew. So how did it all lead here? And what was really going on behind the scenes in Darrell's life? Tragic news no one expected. Fans of the reality show Storage Wars were deeply saddened when reports confirmed that Darrell Sheets had passed away at the age of 67 on April 22. To many viewers, Darrell was not just another cast member. He was one of the most unforgettable personalities ever to appear on the show. Known for his loud voice, bold attitude, and fearless approach to storage auctions, he always stood out in every episode he appeared in. His presence helped make Storage Wars a massive success, and many fans say the show would not have been the same without him. Darrell had a way of turning even simple storage unit bids into exciting moments filled with tension, humor, and surprise. Whether he won big or walked away empty-handed, he always brought energy that kept viewers watching. But behind the strong and confident image seen on screen, there may have been struggles that fans never fully understood. While he appeared tough and unstoppable, life off camera can often tell a different story. Friends, co-stars, and longtime viewers are now reflecting on the possibility that there was more to Darrell's journey than what was shown on television. In the days following the news, tributes began pouring in from fans across the world. Many remembered him not only for his television moments, but also for the way he brought excitement and personality to every auction. Social media was filled with messages of shock, sadness, and appreciation for the joy he gave to millions of viewers. For some, Darrell represented the spirit of taking risks and chasing big wins, even when the outcome was uncertain. His journey on Storage Wars left a lasting mark on reality television, shaping how audiences viewed storage auction shows for years. As people continue to look back on his life, there is a growing sense that his story was more complex than it seemed on screen, filled with both triumphs and personal challenges that were never fully shared with the public. Even now, fans continue to celebrate his legacy, remembering the laughter, drama, and unforgettable moments he brought to their screens. Though he may be gone, his impact on Storage Wars and reality TV remains strong, reminding everyone that behind every larger-than-life character is a real human story waiting to be understood. His memory continues to inspire fans around the world still. Darrell Sheets' passing shocked many, especially because of his fearless appearance on the Storage Wars show. But what was suspected to have led to the death of a man seen as fearless? Could a dangerous weapon have been used by someone to kill him? Or could something that seemed less harmful have caused his death? Let's find out. Behind the loud auctions. After news of his passing, people who were close to Darrell Sheets slowly began to share details that many fans had never heard before. These were private parts of his life that stayed hidden while he was still on screen. Friends and former co-stars suggested that he may have been dealing with years of online harassment. While he often appeared confident and strong in public, they said the constant negative comments and attacks from strangers online were something he could not fully escape. Over time, those close to him believe it may have taken a quiet toll on his emotional well-being. According to those who knew him well, the experience was not always visible on the surface. Darrell was still the same loud and energetic personality fans loved, but behind the scenes, there were moments of stress and emotional weight. Some said that repeated negative attention online can slowly wear a person down, even if they try to stay strong. It was not just about fame, but about how constant criticism can follow someone everywhere they go in the digital world. Those close to him believe that this pressure may have become heavier over the years, even if he rarely spoke about it openly. What makes his story even more emotional is the contrast between how the world saw him and what may have been happening privately. To fans, he was a symbol of boldness, risk-taking, and entertainment. But to those closest to him, he was also a human being carrying unseen struggles. His life serves as a reminder that public strength does not always mean private peace. In the end, many are now looking back at his journey with a deeper understanding and more compassion, realizing that there is often much more to a person than what appears on screen. Even now, fans continue to share memories and stories about him, keeping his legacy alive in small but meaningful ways. Clips from Storage Wars are being rewatched, and moments of his bold bidding style are being remembered with smiles. While sadness remains, there is also gratitude for the entertainment he gave. His story now stands as both a celebration of his talent and a reminder of the hidden battles many people face. In remembering Darrell Sheets, fans are also reminded to look beyond appearances and show kindness whenever they can. People close to Sheets believed his passing may have been linked to cyberbullying. But will this allegation be left uninvestigated, or are the appropriate authorities already doing what is needed? Let's uncover the details. Inside the Arizona probe, authorities in Arizona confirmed that they had responded to the scene connected to Darrell Sheets' passing, and they stated that the case is still under active investigation. Officials also noted that they were aware of reports and claims involving possible online harassment and cyberbullying, and said these concerns are being reviewed as part of the overall investigation. This has left many questions still open, and people close to Darrell are searching for answers and clarity. Fans across the world are also trying to understand what truly happened, while holding on to memories of the man they watched for years on television. At the moment, there are still no conclusions released, and investigators have not confirmed all the details surrounding the situation. This uncertainty has made the loss even harder for those who followed his career and admired his personality on Storage Wars. Sometimes the hardest stories are the ones with no simple answers. They leave people with a mix of sadness, confusion, and reflection, especially when someone known to the public passes away under unclear circumstances. In moments like these, friends, family, and fans often try to piece together memories and information, hoping to better understand the full picture of a life that touched many people in different ways. Even without all the answers, his impact remains clear through the moments he shared on screen and the excitement he brought to viewers who followed Storage Wars over the years. People continue to revisit his episodes, not only for entertainment, but also to remember the strong personality that made him stand out in every appearance. In the end, this ongoing investigation and the unanswered questions remind everyone how complex real-life stories can be, especially when they involve public figures. While investigators continue their work, many people are left reflecting on how quickly life can change and how much is often unknown even about well-known personalities. We are left with memories, questions, and a reminder that every public figure is also a private person with their own struggles, emotions, and experiences that the world may never fully see, no matter how familiar they appear on television or in media stories that circulate widely across different platforms and conversations among fans everywhere, as people continue to discuss and remember his life in various ways. Across the world, still today, remembering him. Beyond the authorities investigating the circumstances surrounding his death, why is it difficult for anyone to state clearly what led to it? Could he have been so private that he kept all his struggles to himself? And what other challenges might he have been facing alone? Let's find out. Behind the tough image. On television, Darrell Sheets often appeared as a bold, fearless, and highly competitive man. He was the kind of person who would walk into an auction with confidence, speak loudly, and take big risks without hesitation. Many fans remember him for his strong presence on Storage Wars, where he never seemed afraid of losing money if it meant chasing a big win. His energy and attitude made him one of the most talked-about figures on the show. But according to friends and people who knew him closely, the real Darrell was much different in private life. Away from the cameras, they say he was calmer, softer, and more thoughtful than the image people saw on screen. He was not always the loud and aggressive bidder that fans watched on television. Instead, he often showed a gentle side that many viewers never got the chance to see. Those close to him described him as a caring and loving person who deeply valued family and faith. They said he believed strongly in God and tried to live with kindness in his heart. In private moments, he was said to be warm, easy to talk to, and supportive of the people around him. He also enjoyed simple things in life, away from the excitement of auctions and cameras. Like many people, Darrell also faced personal challenges. Friends mentioned that he dealt with health concerns, emotional stress, and ups and downs in his relationships over the years. These struggles were not always visible to the public, but they were part of his real life behind the scenes. His story is a reminder that public images can be very different from private reality. What fans saw on screen was only one part of a much deeper and more complex person. Behind the bold personality was a human being with feelings, struggles, and quiet moments that the world never fully saw or understood. Even now, his memory continues to remind people to look beyond what is shown on television or social media. Everyone has a private story that others may never fully understand. Darrell's life encourages fans to show more kindness, patience, and empathy toward others, because strength on the outside does not always mean peace on the inside. His legacy remains in both his work and the lessons his life quietly teaches today. While many admired Sheets' boldness on the Storage Wars show, he was reportedly battling several challenges in secret. But how severe were some of the challenges he was facing, and to what extent was he affected by them? Now, let's explore the fragile reality of Sheets, the health battle fans barely saw. Behind the bold personality that viewers of Storage Wars remembered so well, Darrell Sheets was quietly dealing with serious health problems in his later years. The man who once stepped into storage auctions with loud confidence and fearless energy was, away from the cameras, facing a very different and much harder reality. After suffering a heart attack in 2019, his health began to decline in ways that were not always visible to the public. Doctors later diagnosed him with congestive heart failure, a condition that made daily life more difficult and required him to pay closer attention to his body, rest, and medical care. These challenges reportedly played a major role in changes to his lifestyle. Over time, he is said to have moved to Arizona, a decision that many believed was made to help him find a calmer environment and focus more on his health. As the years went on, he gradually slowed down his public appearances and eventually stepped away from the spotlight completely, retiring in 2023. While fans continued to remember him as the fearless bidder who could turn a simple storage unit into an exciting moment on television, very few people outside his close circle truly understood the private battle he was going through. His strength on screen often hid the quiet struggles happening behind the scenes. His story indicates that health struggles can affect anyone, even those who appear strong and unstoppable in public. It also shows how easily people can overlook pain when it is not visible. Behind every well-known face is a real human being with challenges, fears, and limits that are not always shared with the world. Even as his story continues to be remembered by fans, it also invites people to think more deeply about the hidden struggles others may be facing in silence, especially those who live in the public eye. Darrell's journey reminds many that fame does not remove pain, and that strength is not always loud or visible. Sometimes it is found in quiet endurance, in small daily battles, and in the courage to keep going despite difficult health challenges that change life in unexpected ways. His legacy continues to encourage compassion, understanding, and kindness toward others whose struggles may remain unseen behind public success and fame. And human experience matters deeply today. Health issues made Darrell Sheets step away from the show that made him popular and a fan favorite. But how long did he appear on the series, and what legacy did he leave behind? Now, let's explore the journey of The Gambler, the legacy of a reality TV icon. Darrell Sheets became one of the breakout stars of Storage Wars when the show first launched in 2010. Over time, he appeared in more than 160, making him one of the most familiar and talked-about figures on the series. His presence helped shape the early success of the show and draw in many viewers who enjoyed the excitement of storage auctions. He was known for a bold and fearless style that made him stand out in every auction he entered. Instead of playing it safe, Darrell often took big risks on storage units that others ignored or avoided completely. This daring approach made him unpredictable, but also very exciting to watch, because no one could easily guess what he would do next. Because of this personality, fans gave him the nickname The Gambler. It fit him well, because he trusted his instincts more than careful planning. Many of his most memorable moments came from taking chances that others would never dare to try. And sometimes those chances led to surprising and valuable discoveries inside abandoned storage units. His partnership and on-screen moments with his son, Darrell Sheets, also became a meaningful part of the series. Darrell Sheets brought a family dynamic that viewers connected with, showing both teamwork and occasional tension as they navigated the fast-paced world of storage auctions together. Whether he won big or walked away with nothing, Darrell always knew how to keep audiences entertained. He had a strong presence that filled the room the moment he arrived, and his loud confidence, quick reactions, and emotional bidding style made every episode feel unpredictable and full of energy. Even years after his rise to fame, Darrell Sheets remains a name strongly linked with the early success of Storage Wars. His bold choices helped define the tone of the show and inspired many moments that fans still talk about today. He showed that taking risks can lead to both big wins and big losses, but it is the excitement and courage that keep people watching. Even when he was not on screen, his personality left a lasting impression on reality television. For many viewers, he represented a time when the show felt raw, real, and full of surprises at every turn. Could this be the reason why he is not forgotten even after leaving the show? And what business did he venture into that served as a source of income in his final days? Let's find out. His quiet, final chapter. After suffering a heart attack, Darrell Sheets made a major change in his life. He stepped away from television, leaving behind the busy world of reality filming and public attention. Wanting peace and a slower pace, he moved to Arizona. There, he focused on recovery and building a more private life away from cameras. In this new chapter, he also ran a small antique store called Havasu Show Me Your Junk, where he spent his time dealing with collectibles and old items, far from the noise of fame. Even after leaving the spotlight, fans of Storage Wars never forgot him. His loud voice, strong confidence, quick humor, and daring auction style stayed fresh in their memories. Many people still recall how he could turn a simple storage bid into an exciting moment full of tension and surprise. His presence on screen was hard to ignore, and his energy helped make the show a success. For many viewers, he was one of the most unforgettable personalities in the series, someone who brought life and excitement to every episode he appeared in. But now, looking back, the story of Darrell Sheets feels like something bigger than fame and television success. It becomes a human story about strength, change, and the quiet struggles that often happen away from public eyes. He was someone who brought joy to millions, yet may have carried personal challenges that few people truly understood. This contrast makes his journey more emotional and harder to forget. In the end, his life reminds people that behind every famous face is a real person with real feelings, and sometimes the brightest personalities are also the ones fighting the hardest battles in silence. In Arizona, Darrell's life slowed down, but it did not lose meaning. At his antique store, he continued to meet people, share stories, and stay connected to the world in a quieter way. It was a different kind of excitement, far from television cameras, but still full of human connection. Fans who visited or heard about this chapter saw a man who was trying to enjoy simple moments and live life at his own pace. Even without the lights of reality TV, his name continued to carry weight, and his past on Storage Wars kept his memory alive. Today, people remember him not only as a TV star, but as someone who lived a full, complex life filled with both success and struggle. His journey leaves behind lessons about fame, health, and the importance of looking beyond what we see on screen. His memory continues to live on in the hearts of fans everywhere today. So, what do you think about what happened to Darrell Sheets? Why could he have kept such a struggle to himself? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.